So you've come back from your run, you might be feeling a little bit stiff and worse for wear, and you've got one of these lying around, and I highly suggest that you use it. It doesn't have to be torturous. It doesn't have to just be a household prop that just lies around there collecting dust. We can go through a nice little series that's going to loosen up your spine, your hips, your calves, your whole lower limb, and really help with your recovery post-session. Doesn't have to be long, under 10 minutes is all you need. And we'll start here taking it nice and easy onto our back. So foam roller, yourself and a mat. We'll start off cruisy, foam roller position just underneath your hips. And then from here, support your head and your neck with your hands. Walk your feet out and just start to gently massage your spine by moving the roller from your shoulders all the way down to your tailbone. So as we're doing this, it's sort of just like getting a little bit of blood flow throughout the tissue, getting a little bit of lymphatic movement, and taking it nice and slow as you gravitate up and down that foam roller, pausing if there's any spots that feel a little bit sticky. We'll go for one more full range roll out and in. And then from here, pause so the foam roller is just directly underneath your shoulder blades. And then inhale as you lower your chest back. Exhale as you lift. Now you can do this with your hips elevated, or you can have your hips resting heavy. But thoracic mobility is crucial. So you want to make sure you're getting some chest expansion, hinging through those ribs. We'll walk it back a couple of inches and just do 3 more. So just getting a little bit of movement through that mid-spine, which always stiffens in general. Most rigid portion of your spine. Let's go for 1 more. And then slowly coming back up, thoracic spine a little bit more loose. Roll out the shoulders and just simply transition straight onto your side. So you've got the foam roller right onto your left side ITB. And from here, you want to use your weight in your left elbow, switch it across, right foot forward, left foot back. And then from here, just gently start to move up and down. So you want to go right from the lateral hip, so that hip bone, all the way to the outside of that left knee. So it's a bit of an upper limb workout here as well. You're taking a bit of load, and you can navigate the movement using your right foot forwards. And that'll help just transfer you forwards and backwards. So the quads, the ITBs, all of the tissue down the lateral portion of your leg get really tight from the impact of running. So this is a really nice way of flushing it out, getting rid of any little knots. And we have 3 more full range up and down to that left side. And 2. And we'll go for 1 more. This is the best. We finish the last one. We come halfway and just a static hold here. So you can relax into the roller. It's a really nice trigger point halfway along that quad. And you've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Just letting those hips roll all the way back. We're going to go straight into the hamstring for that same left side. So I like to do this one with your left hamstring plonked on top of that foam roller. The right side leg's going to add resistance over the top. And then very similar, but this time we go forwards and back. And depending on where your hamstrings are tight, you can spend a bit more time at the top or the bottom. So typically through belly is where you're going to get the most benefit. So from the bottom of the knee right to the top of the glute, and at mid-range there'll be some nice little sticky spots there. And if you are tighter on the inner hamstring, you can start to roll slightly on an angle, aiming medially. And if you're tighter on the outer biceps femoris tendon, you can angle slightly outwards. So you can kind of try a few of those. You've just got another 10 seconds here of this one. Taking it nice and slow and just really letting that tissue release. 3, 2, and 1. The hips come down. We transition straight to that left side calf, going for that whole left leg. So again, very similar position, right leg on top. And then from here, just going from that Achilles all the way up to behind the knee, taking a bit of pressure into the shoulders and just working your way from the top of the calf right down to the bottom. Now with the calves in particular, I like to transfer inwards and outwards. So you get the outer soleus, outer gastroc, you get the inner soleus, inner gastroc, even across onto those perineals. So you're sort of using your body, transferring inwards and outwards to really get that whole calf. You don't need to be doing this for a long period of time, just getting a bit of blood redirected there, a little bit of tissue movement. It's going to be really nice for your recovery. You've just got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Just let your hips come heavy and just switch straight on over onto your right side. We start with that ITB, coming onto your right side elbow, left foot forward, right foot back, and then we start to move through that lateral quad, working our way up and down that foam roller. Each side usually feels a little bit different, so you might want to just transfer the weight slightly differently for a different limb. If one's particularly sensitive, you might want to take a bit more weight into your arms. If this side feels good, you might want to go slower and a little deeper, and also take the pressure off your feet at the bottom. So you put more body weight through that whole lateral aspect of the leg. Nice and slow, back and forth. Again, not too long here. 20, 30 seconds max is all you need to make a bit of a difference here for recovery and tissue length. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and that little sticky spot we pause to hold 10 seconds, always mid quad. 7, 6, you might need to adjust it slightly. 5, 4, 3, 2, and there it is, 1. Coming straight onto your back, transferring straight into that hamstring set here. So left foot on top of the right, palms nice and close to your hips, using the weight of that left leg this time to anchor into that right side hamstring, just flushing from the knee up towards the glute. Again, probably more mid-belly is where you're gonna get the most benefit here from this foam roller flush for the hamstring. And as you're doing it, just see if you can just relax your upper body. You're gonna be using a bit of strength there to drive the movement, but just trying not to then get tight traps as you're doing it. Bit of a workout for the upper limb. And again, you want to just move your body around a little bit laterally to medially, so you're getting the outer hamstring and then transferring across to that inner hamstring, releasing the tissue all the way around the back side of that right leg. You've got 8, 7, 6. We'll move down to that calf in 5, 4, 3, 2, and just place the hips down and adjust the roller slightly lower, so you've then got that same position, a bit of body weight there onto that right calf, and away you go from the Achilles, right arm up to the knee, moving back and forth. Notice I'm not going super quickly. You want the tissue to have time to expand, relax, and lengthen, rather than just going viciously quickly and sort of skimping over the top of the tissue. So again, sort of 20 to 30 seconds each body part here, and each time it might require a little bit more if you've got one particularly tight muscle group, but you can just read and work out which part of your body needs a bit more love and adjust accordingly. Last 10 seconds here, and we'll finish with a nice little spinal hip mobility set. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax the hips down. All you need to do is find yourself a little bit of space. Just place that foam roller right under your sacrum and your tailbone. That's gonna raise up the pelvis. Keep your right foot down, grab your left knee, gently squeeze it into your left shoulder. And switch right knee, place your left foot down into your right shoulder. So you're using that foam roller to facilitate a nice deep hip flexion here. You've got your hips lifted, your pelvis slightly tilted, and you can really just get into the front of those hips, which means this whole set has really addressed most of the muscle groups around that whole lower limb, appropriate for running. Let's go 2 more each way. And 1 more each way. Last one. And then from here, you are all done. You should feel nice and loose, and you should recover much faster having had a crack with that foam roller. So it doesn't need to just lie around the living room collecting dust. Put it to good use, and you'll thank me for it.